Hey Glass Gang, thanks for tuning in. This stream will start soon. Alright, we are ready to begin. I hope you're all having a great day, and are as excited I am for the update to go live. So I'm going to pull up the patch notes, Bethesda's release notes, for the Burning Springs update. Here they are. How's everyone doing? And so what I did was I also linked this page here in the description below. So if you want to read for yourself and follow along, you can. So this was released today on December 2, 2025. It is the Fallout 76 Burning Springs release notes. And every time the update comes through on update day, I read the update release notes. So that's what I'm doing. Grab your duster, hat, and your favorite weapon because it's time for some bounty hunting. Explore our largest map edition yet and hunt down some of the largest bounties Burning Springs has to offer. Also, if you want to check out some bounty hunting, I did make a video on that too, on how you can start early. All your questions are answered in that video. So that's new, it's on the channel, how to start bounty hunting early. Welcome to Ohio. Update highlights. Bounty hunting. Grab your duster, cowboy hat. Wait, I already read that. Why did they put that again? Okay, so that's the same thing that's actually like right here. Okay. Explore Burning Springs. Cross Point Pleasant Bridge to enter a new land of rust and blood. Explore our largest map expansion yet. Old News Dusk, no, that's right. We never do know when the servers are going to be up. From update to update, it's always the same case, right? We don't know because things could happen, the update could be delayed. But moving on. An audience with the king. Prove yourself to the Rust King, the ruthless ruler of Burning Springs, in the start of a whole new storyline. Wait, did I read that right? Or is that just written weirdly? Burning Springs in the start of a new whole storyline. Let me just read this again. Prove yourself to the Rust King, the ruthless ruler of Burning Springs, in the start of a whole new storyline for Fallout 76. Why did this feel so hard to read? New public events. Participate in 2 public events, Gearing Up and Sinkhole Solutions. A rad new pet. Bring home a new friend from the wasteland. A Radhog. Season 23, Blood and Rust. A season for the Raiders, that's true. The season actually has a lot of stuff on it that's Raider-specific, Raider-themed, so season rewards, if you want to check that out. I also made an upload on all the season rewards. The update is going to be 28.8 gigs on PC Steam, 39.3 gigs on a Microsoft Store. Why 10 extra gigs? Who knows? Xbox is going to be 41.9 gigs. PlayStation is going to be 40.8 gigs. A new region of the map is opening for those with enough grit to cross Point Pleasant Bridge. It's time for you to travel westward towards Burning Springs. Taking place in rural Ohio, this is our largest map expansion to Fallout 76 yet. Give me a second, guys. I have to go let my dog in. She's at the door. She wants to come in. There, good girl. Good girl. Become one of the meanest bounty hunters around as Burning Springs update introduces bounty hunting to your Fallout 76 experience. A major new piece of content here to give you the opportunity to find and eliminate some of the area's largest threats. We're extremely excited to share that the ghoul from the TV show, from the Fallout TV show on Amazon Prime, will be joining us in Burning Springs, voiced by Walt Goggins himself. The ghoul will be your guide in all things bounty hunting. The main quest line for Burning Springs is just the start of your story in this new region, planned as the beginning chapter for a story that spans multiple updates. This quest works as an introduction to characters that you'll end up spending more time with down the line. With a new quest line for you to complete 2 new public events, the introduction of bounty hunting, plus a load of additional content, including new fish, a local legend to catch. Burning Springs is our largest update since Wastelanders back in 2020. Welcome to Ohio. Burning Springs, a region of southeastern Ohio, rocked not only by the nuclear destruction of the bombs dropping, but also the environmental poisoning from the local Abraxadine chemical plant. The area is now desolate and barren, and a barren wasteland with poisonous water and a dust storm coating everything in toxin known as rust. Who would ever want to call this land home? The Rust King is who would. A super mutant with just as much brains as brawn, the Rust King is unrelenting and unforgiving ruler of the Burning Springs. He has twisted the land into his cruel kingdom, where the only rule is might makes right. Might makes right. Interesting. Don't forget to hit like, gang, on the stream. It helps the stream get out there to more viewers who may have missed the stream notification. I suspect there's a lot of people who want to see this one. So do me a favor, help the stream get out there before we get too far into this. Players will cross paths with this monstrous monarch during the new quest line. He will task the player with proving their worth and braving the wilds of the wasteland. While barren, Burning Springs still holds pockets of life. Highwaytown serves as a pit stop for the last of humanity. Built on a section of elevated highway, players will be able to rest and supply and resupply here. Highwaytown serves as the region's new social hub and a last resort for survivors. Speaking of which, the Last Resort Saloon at the end of town also serves up bounty hunt contracts. I go over this in How to Start Bounty Hunting Early, the video that's up on my channel that released today. Once you unlock the location, you'll be able to fast travel directly to the saloon for maximum bounty hunting efficiency. It's actually nice they did that. Surprised they did that, to be honest with you. And what that means is you can actually fast travel back into Highwaytown right at the bounty board. So you can keep bounty hunting. You don't have to like run up and down Highwaytown. You can wander into Burning Springs by crossing the bridge in Point Pleasant. The questline can be started by tuning into Ohio Distress Signal once they've reached level 30. You can actually start bounty hunting immediately, but you'll want to do the quest line to get the story and learn about the location. Bounty hunting. Mosey down the Last Resort Saloon in Highwaytown. If you're looking to put your gun to work, the ghoul has set up a shop there providing piles of bounties to plunder. To start a grunt hunt, just pick up one of the posters off the table. There is plenty to go around, so you can repeat this activity as your heart's content. That's right, there's no cooldown on this. You can just start grunt hunts over and over and over and over all day long. If you want to be a bounty hunter and bounty hunt the day away, go ahead and give her. Each time you start a grunt hunt, a random location in Burning Springs will be chosen, and a mutation will be applied to your target. Watch out though, because these mutations are contagious. Enemies near your target will also benefit from the effect of the mutation. Plan accordingly to take out your target without getting overwhelmed. Adjust your build to counteract their mutation, or just go for the classic stealth approach. An example of this is when I was doing a bounty, my grunt had the resilient mutation, which you might remember is the mutation where you have to melee on the last strike to get the kill. If you're lucky, a grunt hunt target might drop a premium bounty poster. This did happen to me. These will allow you to start a headhunt, an extra challenging bounty hunt in the form of public event. Note, these are granted through the crest rewards and not found on the body itself. So once you complete the grunt hunt, you'll see you have a chance of getting a premium target bounty hunt poster dropped in your inventory as a reward for completing the grunt hunt. You'll just want to go back to Highway Town and plant that bounty poster on the bounty hunting board. To launch a premium target, that's going to be a public event. And the nice thing about doing it this way is you don't end up having to pay for the $5,000 cap that the ghoul wants you to pay for the premium targets. Okay, where was I? I kind of got lost here. Oh yeah, right here. Okay. Just place your poster on the bounty board outside of the saloon to send the word wide. I thought that said worldwide. All players on the server will be alerted to show up to your aid when you do. Only one headhunt can be active at a time though, so be sure to join in any activities ones before trying to start your own. There's dozens of unique headhunt targets across a handful of locations. Each has a unique loadout and posse protecting them. Some with pretty wild and weird skills too. If you've got an itchy trigger finger and caps to spare, the ghoul would be more than happy to part with a premium boost poster for the right price. So that means, like, if you don't want to do the grunt hunts, you don't want to get the premium bounties dropped in your inventory that way, you can just go and pay for them, like I mentioned, for 5,000 caps. That's what it'll cost you. They just say for the right price, but it's always 5,000 caps. Players will be able to track which headhunts they've completed from their challenges and earn a variety of unique rewards for doing so. Speaking of loot, bounty hunting is primed to be the premier path for legendary item hunters. Grunt hunt targets will initially appear as 1-star legendary enemies. As you can complete more, they will eventually make their way towards 2 and 3-star. Headhunt targets will always appear as 3-star legendaries and are flanked by a pair of 2-star posse members. But most importantly, headhunts have a chance to drop items with new 1, 2, and 3-star legendary effects. Some of these will offer special bonuses for ghoul or human players. So the first thing you'll want to do when the event goes live, if you want to get your hands on some of these new legendary mods, is to just grind out bounty hunting. It is in fact it's the same map. It's the same main map. It's not like going to expeditions or something where it makes you go through a load screen. You can just walk across the bridge at Point Pleasant, and the entire left side of the map that used to be out of bounds is now part of the map. It's the largest map expansion they've done to date. New legendary mods. As mentioned above, you'll be able to earn items containing new and exclusive to bounty hunting legendary mods. Exclusive to bounty hunting. Interesting. I thought these new mods would drop across the board. I thought they would drop here and there across the wasteland. But no, they're dropping exclusively from bounty hunting. So we're going to have a lot of people bounty hunting. Expect that to be the main dish of public events for a minute. New 1-star mods. I covered all of the mods, and I also went into the details, the nitty-gritties of the extra that you need to know about them, like extra descriptions, in a video that I have on the channel called All New Legendary Mods and What You Need to Know. That's brand new, came out yesterday, and it's on the channel. Ohio, the birthplace of aviation and radiation. That's hilarious. That's so true. So new 1-star mods, feral for melee weapons only. Kills make you more feral. Snipers, ranged weapon mod only. Gain 120% bonus damage to weak points while aiming down sights. So this won't work in VATS. Adrenal weapon. Adrenal is a weapon mod. Plus 10% damage per kill while on a kill streak. Adrenal armor mod. Plus 10% damage resistance while on a kill streak. Lucid. These are the ones I'm excited for. I'm excited to do a build with this. Lucid weapon is going to give you damage increase up to 40% based on how full your feral sanity meter is. I don't think people will be putting this mod on their weapons. 40% damage just clearly isn't that great. You have all kinds of other options like anti-armor, furious, bloodied, so on, that do a lot higher damage than that. But I think people will be keeping the Lucid mod for their armor because it gives you increased damage reduction up to... Okay, I'm just reading here. Increased damage up to 6% resistant based on how full your feral sanity meter is. It's basically a Overeater style mod for ghouls that are going to have the ability to have that damage reduction that's across the board. So for poison, for elemental damage, for ballistic damage, explosive damage. New 2-star mods. Pickpocketer's melee weapon mod. Kills have a 50% chance to award a small amount of caps. I think this will be a fan favorite for the new players who are low on caps. You can always keep this as a sidearm on you to go around. And it's actually a melee weapon only mod. So that's actually kind of good too in a way because you don't have to spend ammo to get your caps. You can go around with an auto axe and just farm ammo. And it's not going to cost you anything. Sorry, I meant farm caps. You'll also farm ammo because it's a melee weapon. It's an auto axe, which will give you just random contextual ammo drops. Painkiller armor mod. Gain HP regen based on your kill streak up to 3 HP per second. I need to take a break to drink some coffee here. What do you guys think so far? I also want to give a huge shout out to the Glass Gang for showing up and showing love. GG Glass Gang, Not a Alien, Siski, ROV Chaos, Dawson Lively, Emily Coffee, Scarb, Heisenberg Finn, Vens, Gobbler, Manolo de Villa, King Shots, Big Play Ray Ray, Cornstarch, Kentucky Ranger, GG Gang. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe as I do upload weekly and live stream. And I'll be doing a lot of content on this update here. I'll be doing build guides using the new weapon mods and armor mods. And I'll be starting that as soon as today. That's right. I'll be skipping doing any of the bounty hunting. I'll just be getting the mods directly from Custom World. I'll be doing a lot of testing in Custom World. It's a lot faster. New 3-star mods. Glowing weapon. Kills grant a small amount of rads. I don't think this will be a fan favorite too much. I mean, it's kind of pointless, really, because we already have way better ways of radding up as a ghoul. I tested this in PTS, and it's very much a small amount of rads. It'd be better if it was like maybe 10% of your glow bar or something per kill. That would be awesome. But it's literally like 1 tick of glow per kill. So you end up just taking, if you're fighting people and you're killing, you know, the people you're fighting, you're getting kills, you're going to take a lot more damage and lose glow quicker than you're gaining it because it's like 1 tick per kill. It's not very good. I don't think this will be a very sought after mod. I was really excited for it when I read about it, but yeah, after experiencing it in the PTS, I can tell you it's not that great. We can already use Toxic Goo, which glows up a lot faster, and the Gamma Gun. Healthy Armor mod. Max HP increased by +20 up to 100 because you can put 5 mods on your armor total and they stack. Reflex Armor. 2% evade up to 10. So this will be great. This looks like you can put it on power armor because typically they'll have a note, and they usually have a note suggesting it's for standard armor or power armor, and when it's for both it just says armor. We'll have to see in game though. Plus 2% evade up to plus 10%. Because again, you can stack 10 pieces, or 5 pieces, I mean. Active Armor mod. Max AP is increased by plus 20 up to 100. Are the servers still not open? Says Arcs. Correct. They only went down about an hour ago. So you can expect it to still be down for another couple hours. It's usually down for 2 to 3 hours minimum. We've seen that with every release the past 20 seasons. It's never been quicker than that. In fact, one time it was 8 hours. Barbarian, melee, plus 1 strength per kill while on a kill streak. So that's a new melee mod. Seems to be the only melee mod, actually. No, Feral is another melee mod. Yep. I guess the ones I'm really excited for here, I think Painkiller is actually really good. Gain HP regen based on your kill streak up to plus 3 HP per second. This will be similar to how Conductors works or how Vampires works. If you combine that with the rushing armor mod, gain AP regen, meaning you just put a couple painkiller mods and a couple or a few rushing mods on your armor. This will be in the 2nd star mod slot, so it's easy to do that without like switching up the build and not being able to run through hikers or something. So it means you can have HP and AP return to you similar to how Conductors works, meaning if you combine these two with Conductors, you already know what I'm talking about, do you? Yeah, Infinite VATS build. Here we go. It's back, baby. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because the Gatplaz is currently neutered and absolutely will not stay in VATS without an industrial volume of coffee or sunshine oil or AP buffs as a whole. And there's lots of weapons like that. Currently, there's only a handful of weapons that actually sit in VATS properly. So this will help. Very excited about these 2 mods. Painkiller and Rushing. I highly suggest you keep your eyes out, your eyes peeled for Painkiller and Rushing if you're a VATS user. New players will like Pickpocketers for sure. Melee weapon, Feral will also be a fan favorite because it takes forever to go Feral right now, and you can just throw this on an auto axe and make yourself go Feral quickly. Snipers might be actually really good for aim down sight builds, especially aim down sight builds like the Gauss Mini aim down sight build on my channel, or other aim down sights in general. If you want to do like a sniping build, a stealth build, this will give you 120% bonus damage, so definitely can see that as being fan favorite. Lucid will also be a fan favorite, but only in the armor class, I think, because it's just a very small damage bonus if you put it on your weapon, versus you get a very good damage resistance as a whole, overall, as a ghoul, which we don't have currently. We don't have access to that, So what ends up happening is when we go to the snake without power armor and without funky duds as a ghoul, or without a specific power armor, the union power armor, which gives you a poison reduction or poison resistance increased as a set bonus. If you don't have all of that and you go down there as a ghoul, you get wiped by poison damage immediately. You have no poison resistance as a ghoul. Poison really does you in, so this will be nice for that. Do you think rushing would be better than powered? I already think powered is not all that great. I only run with 1 powered mod because that's all you need. you can really get around AP regen with the current perks on the build, like Packing Light and One Company Tea. If you have Packing Light, One Company Tea, and One Powered mod, you're going to have all the AP regen you'll ever need. So then that leaves you 4 extra mod slots open, and you can put 2 Painkiller and 2 Rushing if you want, so that you have AP and HP returned. Or you can do the rest all Rushing. The reason why this will actually be better than Powered, I believe, is because it works while you're in VATS, versus Powered only works when you're not using VATS. So Powered will only give you AP regen when you're not using your VATS. Versus Rushing is just giving you that constant AP regen based on your kill streak. So, I mean, that'll be fun, especially if you're mobbing. It's not really gonna affect you if you're like bossing, because when you're fighting one boss, there isn't really any kill streaks happening, unless you're at world bosses like the Scorchbeast Queen or Earl. Those are about the only 2 I can think of. And Sonic. I call him Sonic, but it's the Ultrasight Titan. But like if we're talking the Snake raid boss or the EN06 Guardian raid boss, yeah, it's not really that. It's not going to give you any kill streaks, so it's not going to really benefit you there. Moving on to new public events. Yeah, that's right. Union is really good for ghouls and poison resistance, but it's actually really the only thing we have right now. Try going down there, Kentucky Ranger, without your Union PA as a ghoul. Gearing up. Have you ever wanted to help a Deathclaw prepare for its debut in an arena deathmatch? Now's your chance. The Rust King requires a new combatant. Your job is to head over to the junkyard and help the Beastmaster gather the scrap metal needed to armor up her latest team, Deathclaw. This is actually really fun. I enjoy this event. In fact, when this goes live, I'm gonna be playing on all platforms, I think, today. I don't want to say too much too early, but in case plans change, but I'm gonna try my best to play on all platforms today. And just get some of this done. This looks a lot of fun. And it is fun. I did get to play it on PTS and it was fun. Especially while there's going to be people playing it. During this public event, you'll fight alongside your Deathclaw in training against the Wasteland's wildest foes. Just be sure to keep the beast alive. It can't die a glorious death in the arena if it doesn't survive the junkyard first. Remember, you can heal friendly NPCs using the Medic's Legendary mod. Don't have one? Well, luckily, a new unique named weapon, the Stim Pike, what? Comes with this pre-installed. I didn't know this. You'll have a chance to earn it alongside many other rewards by completing this event. I didn't know this because I didn't get the drop on PTS, so I guess I must have somehow missed it through everything the last couple months, but that's interesting. Sinkhole Solutions. Fires rage beneath the surface of burning springs. Fires rage beneath the surface of burning springs, and natural gas deposits occasionally breach the surface near places where the ground has broken. Willow, a resident of Highwaytown, needs your help culling rad scorpions and stingwings that have gathered around a highly volatile sinkhole. These creatures are causing issues for the residents of Highwaytown, so you'll need to head over to the aptly named Scorpion Lake to activate a Stomper device to draw them out of their dens. Your objective will be to destroy their dens, all while dodging pillars of fire and navigating a blind sandstorm. Also, stick around to the end to learn why rad scorpions aren't an apex predator. They're not an apex predator. Okay. Additional content. Someone asked about this, if there was more fish. Servers aren't up yet, guys. I think it was this person, Nerdanced me. Yes, there are new fish, so we're going to get into that. Additional content, more fish. Assuming you can even find them, the watering holes around Burning Springs are poisonous and irradiated. But that doesn't mean there aren't new fish to catch. Explore this new zone and find new fish, including a local legend. To add to your collection, I might actually go and start fishing the local legends. I haven't done that yet. I haven't caught a single one. I haven't really cared to. Maybe I will. Maybe. Side quest, Dirty Laundry. Keep a sharp eye out for mysterious Abraxadine intel briefcases. Like, honestly, I would go fishing if they let us fish with the harpoon gun. If I could use that harpoon gun and be a harpoon fisherman, I would 100% do it, because I don't know, the fishing rod just ain't my style. I like things that go boom. I like shooting stuff. The harpoon is literally a gun that shoots stuff that was made from fishing equipment. So I don't understand why we can't fish with the harpoon. Please make it a thing. Keep a sharp eye out for mysterious Abraxadine intel briefcases hidden all over Burning Springs. Return them to Bodhi in the city of Athens to take part in the Dirty Laundry side quest. Unlike other collectibles, these briefcases appear in specific locations once per player. You'll have to search every nook and cranny to find all 150. Someone posted a map. I'm going to grab that map right now. Someone posted a map in our Discord. I think it was... Who was it? I think it was Krieger Fever. Posted a map. I'm going to get it out here on our... in view for you guys to see, since we're on this topic. But where did she post it in? I can't find it, Krieger Fever. If you can let me know what channel you posted it in, I would love to show it. Schoolyard rumors say there's a 151st one hidden under a red truck, but we're pretty sure that's made up. Oh, interesting. I don't think it's made up, actually. If you put the time into writing this in, someone paid you to do that, so I don't think it's made up. As you turn these cases in, you'll help Bodhi unravel a mystery of his missing daughter. I thought Bodhi was a chick. Wow. And earn unique Abraxadine-themed rewards along the way. This is fun because I have an Abraxadine-themed raider camp build coming out. It's already out, actually, if you want to build it for yourself. It has lots of hidden secrets. It has a custom-built front gate system that will lock out players and stuff, and will lock out your vendor. I live streamed the whole build, but I will be turning it into a short video. So if you want to build a raider themed camp this season, you should definitely check that one out. It's also Abraxadine themed, so it fits perfectly with this. It's sort of a destroyed warehouse theme, and it's very cozy, very raidery. You'll earn a unique legendary weapon for completing the quest, which only requires finding about half of the total cases, but you'll get an even more powered up version if you find every last one. I'd like dynamite fishing, just saying. That would be amazing. Well, hello, Tebaton Nakara. GG. Welcome to the stream. I want to fish with nuke grenades. Spear fishing, right? Bow fishing, right? So many people are just like coming up with really solid end of the world fishing techniques. And we're all just over here all proper with our fishing rods. Like, what the heck? Why? It doesn't make sense, really. How do we have so much sporting goods in like so readily available, but we're only using fishing rods? I don't get it. Closing Milepost Zero. This is the sad part here. I'm actually like so against this. I feel like whenever they remove stuff from the game, it's like, why? You could have just kept working on it. You could have just like, why? Why give up entirely? You know what closing Milepost Zero means? It means even the instance, the interior, the memories you made there, the times that your game crashed there, the times that you weren't able to finish your quest there, that's all gone. All those memories of rage quitting the game are gone. So closing Milepost Zero. The bandits roaming Skyline Valley, looking for caravans to rob, have proved themselves to be dastardly threats to the Blue Ridge Caravan Company, scaring poor Brahmin into going off track, leaving deliveries incomplete, right? The thing is, though, they had actually a pretty decent fix for this, where they had made it so that if it went past 7 minutes and the Brahmin didn't reach its destination and was still alive, then it would autocomplete. And I felt like that was fine, because it was working at least. You know, you could complete your deliveries. But, yeah, they just decided to pull it completely. So they need to close best builds. I 100% agree with that, because a lot of times it's just, it's not very often that I'm impressed by a best build. It's always like really dodgy builds. And sometimes there's a diamond in the rough. And what you end up with is you just end up spawning into worlds with camps that are there blocking your camp that's not owned by anyone, because the owner of this best build isn't even in the world. So I agree with you, Boozin Brahmin. I agree with you. Boozin Brahmin? That's a funny name. Did you retire from Milepost Zero? The rewards from Milepost Zero are now spread across the wasteland. Plans for the Vault 76 laser carbine and mods have been moved to the weapon vendor Splint in Highway Town. Mac in Highway Town will sell the following items: rolled Persian rug, Persian wall rug, makeshift wine rack, Noreen curtains, Park Ranger supply box, Persian rug, Stargazer's telescope. I love this one. This one gives you a perception bonus, and it's really cute. It's very well detailed. It's very rusty looking too, so it fits the Raider vibe. Lightning battery lamp. Norin A-wing. I don't even know what that is. Like, to be completely honest, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this word correctly. But whatever, I mispronounce all kinds of stuff. So, snow globes from the Milepost Zero vendors will now be sold by Wendy in Highway Town. She is a gold bullion vendor. Spooky Scorched will reward the Lederhosen outfit and hat, Redcoat outfit, hat, and Vault Girl, Vault Boy backpacks, arguably the cutest backpacks in the game. Holiday Scorched will reward all the Skyline Valley specific snow globes. All characters who completed a Bump in the Road Caravan intro quest will receive the title Caravan Inspector immediately upon logging in. We will also be granting a pennant that can be used account-wide. So this means this pennant is like something you get to place on the wall at your camp to show that you experienced the Milepost Zero update. It'll be a permanent reminder of the failure of that update. But you know what? It's cute. It looks cute. It looks nice on your wall. So you will receive that if you completed a Bump in the Road. You also get 2,000 gold bullion and a special prefix. I think it might be a suffix actually, but they don't even mention that here. We will also be granting a pennant that can be used account-wide. Any character... Oh wait, they do mention it. I just haven't read enough, so we'll do that. Any character on the account will have access to this pennant, and characters that have completed the quest will also receive 2k gold bullion. The pennant will be granted during the first week of Burning Springs release, while players should expect to see the 2k gold bullion upon logging into characters who have completed the quest. We believe that bounty hunting delivers on the same promise of on-demand content, with legendary enemies and great rewards in a more succinct and satisfying way. We love the Skyline Valley region and have some things planned. I really hope you do, because I actually love Skyline Valley. I think it's a really unique part of the map. I mean, the sky has so much going for it. It'll change. It does this big round, like, animation where there's this storm in the sky. You can actually nuke the sky there and see the nuke explode in the middle of the sky. sort of like an airburst nuke, which is really immersive in my opinion down in that area, and I think it's really unique. So it's kind of sad that there'll be a lot less to do there. Hopefully they bring more to the table in Skyline Valley. New camp pet, Radhog. One of the new creatures you'll find in Burning Springs is the Radhog. They're tough and fiercely protective of their young. So if you get too close, expect to be attacked. They absolutely do. They see you coming from a mile away and chase you down. What would happen? It reminds me of when I was playing Fallout New Vegas and I'd literally see anything in the distance and I'd have to be, and it was far away and I'd have to be like, oh crap, and go into stealth mode, like crouch and try to like get away because they just see you from a mile away, and like every enemy in New Vegas seems to be able to just detect you so far away. After purchasing the Radhog camp pet from the Atomic Shop, the Radhog bed item can be found in the Dwellers section of the workshop menu, and its nose ring is in the pet clothing. So a lot of people thought this would be on the season board, but apparently it's going to be Atomic Shop only. No surprise there, but at least we get Cobby the Corncob Collectron on the season board. It's way at the end of the season board, so I'll be farming Snake just for Cobby the Corncob Collectron. We need to raise the max caps and build limit 100%. 100%. At least the max caps. Definitely build limit 2, because we have way too much stuff that we can place at our camps now, and it's just not enough. Yeah, we need a lot more. So new season weapon, Dom Pedro. This one is going to be very much a fan favorite. I got to play with this weapon, and let me tell you, it absolutely smacks. It'll one-shot a lot of enemies that you'll come across. A lot of, like, not bosses or anything like that, but a lot of enemies that are like between the Scorched and the Super Mutant class. It'll one-shot them basically all, like mole miners and everything. So it's pretty cool. The Dom Pedro is a hand cannon that fires a 50 round or can be swapped to a 308 round. It has explosive effect, and that's built into the gun. So like it won't be on the gun right when you get it, but when you go into the workbench and you start looking at mods and stuff, I don't know if it'll drop as mod box during this season, because I know there are mods that you have to unlock for the Dom Pedro during the season board, so those might be part of that. And what it is it's an explosive bullets effect that can be added to the weapon, even if it already has bullets explode, or like, so you don't have to put bullets explode if you don't want to. It will increase the damage though if you do. So, but you can put stuff like VATS hit chance and bullets explode if you want. And though usually those two mods would be tied to the same legendary mod placement on the weapon, but because it's a base mod effect, you can place it on the gun and it doesn't affect the secondary legendary mod slot. There's also a pierce enemies mod, so you'll be able to pierce up to 3 enemies, meaning if there's 3 enemies in a line and you shoot them in the chest, square in the chest, you're going to hit all 3 enemies. It'll go through the first one, the second one, and stay stuck in the third one, and it'll do damage accordingly. Sometimes it'll kill all 3, depending on how big the enemies are. I've seen it happen. It happened to me when I was streaming the PTS update the first time around, and I was going around just dropping all kinds of enemies with one shot. So it's very strong, very good weapon. Emote wheel. Whether you're hitting your favorite emote at the Wandering Traveler, passing by the Hulking Power Armor skin, or trying to convince a level 30 Vault Dweller to pick up the loot you just dropped for them, emoting is core to the Appalachian way of living. Yes, emote core, emote core, emote core. I'm so glad they figured it out. Emoting is so important to us. Emote core is all I live for. No, I'm just being silly. But I just love how they put emoting as core to the Appalachian way of living, because it so is. In the Burning Springs update, we're reorganizing emotes so that more emotes can be equipped at once. We're doing this by introducing 2 new categories, social and performance. Removing the follow me and team up categories and placing most of their emotes into help and social. Oh, that's interesting. Reorganizing the emotes in the MISC so that more of them live in more appropriate categories like performance and taunt. Okay. Sorry, I was reading something in the chat. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat. There's a whole conversation about cut content in the chat. So it made me really curious there for a sec. Reorganizing the emotes in the MISC test. I already read that. With the work done here, you can now equip all your favorite emotes at once with little to no need to go into the atomic shop to swap them in and out. Okay, thank God. That was so annoying. That was actually annoying when you load in sometimes and your emotes are all unequipped. Has that ever happened to you? It does happen sometimes. And then you have to go into the atomic shop and manually re-equip all of your emotes to your emote wheel. Super annoying. But it looks like they made it a way to just easily add them to your favorites wheel without going into the atomic shop. So that's awesome. Gleaming Depths. This is the big one I know most of you are here for. So there's going to be a little bit to cover here, but not too much, but it goes into combat too here. So almost a year after its introduction, Gleaming Depths has proved to be an excellent place for players looking for an endgame challenge to push themselves and their builds to the limit. We're introducing a new weekly challenge for Gleaming Depths that can be completed by working through all stages of the raid. Your reward for doing so will be a 4-star legendary cache that contains a 4-star armor, power armor, melee weapon, and ranged weapon. To go along with this new weekly challenge, we're also redistributing the raid rewards so that the further you progress in the Gleaming Depths, the more enticing the rewards will be. We know this may cause some disruption to your local ENO6 farming group, blah blah blah, but it was never our intention to have one phase of the raiding experience be the source of some of our most coveted rewards in the game. Well, you should have thought of that before making it repeatable. Just saying. In this update, we're also fixing numerous bugs and introducing quality of life improvements to make the raiding experience smoother for everyone. Another thing they could have just done, honestly, is made it so that when you complete ENO6, you can't quit the quest and restart the quest. You would have to complete the entirety of the raid, where the raid is the entire quest. So if you quit... Wait, I don't think they could actually, because you have to have a way to quit the quest in case the quest is bugged. Oh dear. Yeah, they didn't have a choice then. I still feel like it was overlooked, but to go along with this new weekly challenge, I already read that in this update, we're also fixing numerous bugs and introducing quality of life improvements to make the raiding experience smoother for everyone. Well, hopefully they fix the issues where, have you ever come down into the stage 3? Stage 3 is where the Epsilon squad are, and they will already be out of their enclosures and they're God mode, meaning you can't do any damage to them. And you have to start that stage like that. It really sucks when that happens because, like, obviously they're God mode. You can't do anything to them until you start the stage and take down the shields. Then you can start doing damage to them. But all 3 are out. Usually they come out 1 at a time. So it makes that stage a lot more difficult. And I'm willing to bet players who have come across that, who had never experienced that stage before, would have thought that this was the normal way to do that stage and would have been overwhelmed and thought, oh my God, this is way too difficult. I hope that is fixed. That is easily the number 1 game-breaking bug right now in the raid. Number 2 would have to be, and number 2 is number 1 for most people who just farm the snake, but the snake currently has a bug where if you kill it as a team, sometimes right after you get the kill on the snake or right before, the snake will just wipe you. It just kills you. It kills everyone down there. It doesn't even attack. It doesn't even shoot poison at you. It doesn't even move towards you. Everyone dies. It's like you're about to kill it and it goes nope and pulls the plug and everyone dies. And that's really game breaking too, really frustrating. And I hope that's fixed. So that's just a couple of bugs that I've experienced. Also, ENO6 gives me problems where sometimes he comes up and he's God mode for like 30 seconds to almost a minute, where he takes no damage, no reflective damage to the shields, nothing like that is working. And then finally, after like 30 to 40 seconds, he'll start taking reflective damage. That's really that's really bumming, and it's a big bug that I think is really annoying. I hope that's fixed. Oh my god, I hope that's fixed. Combat in Appalachia has experienced a lot of changes since the Skyline Valley update was released last year. For Burning Springs, we're slowing things down to see how it all settles. Thank God! We are making a few more adjustments. I'm so tired of seeing my friends who come to the game, who just start playing the game because they're excited to see a new update come to the game, and they've just started playing the game, and then a month later, all the builds that they've worked hard to achieve no longer work at all because of how drastic these combat changes have been month to month. It's absolutely atrocious. And then what they end up doing is they say, nah, I'm going to another game. I'm so tired of seeing my friends leave the game to go to another game month to month because of the rebalancing being so drastic all the time. It's like you have to learn a new game over again. We are making a few more adjustments to VATS to address feedback we received after the Fallout 76 camp revamp update. All in all, you should experience far less instances of VATS chance to hit fluctuations and targeting issues. I hope so, because oh my dear Lanta, it has been bad. It's been terrible. I mean, there's so many people having issues with VATS builds right now, and it's like you have to explain to them, you have to hit the target that you're aiming at and stuff like that, and you'd think that'd be easy to explain, like you have to have line of sight to a target, but it's just VATS worked a certain way for so long that people just don't understand why it changed so drastically now. And yeah, it's just, it's almost an everyday thing, a question that I have to answer on my build guides is, how come I don't do as much damage as you? Well, are you targeting the right things? Because you can't target a limb on the other side of the body anymore. You won't hit it. You have to target limbs that you have direct line of sight to. Even your shoulder can sometimes break your line of sight. Like, it's so bad. Sometimes if the camera's in the wrong place, if you're in third person, you break your VATS. Sometimes if an enemy happens to cross in front of you, break VATS. Sometimes bullets crossing in front of you. Like if you're shooting a certain direction and bullets cross your path and you're in VATS, like from someone else shooting that way, it breaks your VATS. It's so bad right now. So I can't wait to get in game here today and check this out and see what changed really and how VATS is performing. Hopefully it doesn't kick out of VATS as much. Hopefully we don't have so many fluctuations with VATS hit chance going from 89% dropping down to 26% on the snake after it's crippled. Like, what the heck? I could go on and on and on about how bad VATS is right now. It's so bad. Fixed cryo slow being applied to players who aren't in PvP. Thank goodness, because this was bad. This was really bad. It's something we noticed on stream a couple weeks ago where I was using a cryolator and I was going around using it at different bosses because they made changes to cryo. They completely changed the effect of cryo. And so it's doing damage now, and it's also doing, it's applying the cryo effect to a lot more enemies that used to basically be immune to it. I don't think they were meant to be immune to it. I think the cryo damage or the cryo effect just wasn't working. It just wasn't applying correctly to certain enemies. One of them, for example, was Earl. So Earl Williams is an enemy. It's a boss that you can fight in game. And before they made these changes to cryo, you'd go down into Earl and hit him with the cryo all day long, and he wouldn't freeze. He wouldn't slow down. So that's an example of that, because they changed that, and now the new cryo effect does slow him down. It works very well down there. You can use a cryo later at Earl now, and that's great. But what we noticed is that you could also freeze anyone else. You could freeze players that weren't red to you. You could freeze them like solid. And that's like griefing them. You could easily go around griefing players like this by freezing them and this was actually a bug a while back. I remember this being an issue like 3 years ago. So I was really surprised to see this return. But they fixed it, so that's good. You won't be able to, or you won't have to worry about people griefing you like that. Fixed an issue where hack and slash could damage players outside of PvP. Oh dear. That's not good, but glad that's fixed. Camp. All right, let's see what they did to our camps. All items from Mischief Night rewards now appear in the build menu. That's good. Build budgets of various items have been adjusted. I hope that's for the better too. Fixed an issue where could cause the store scrap button to not work when pressed by the player. I haven't experienced that one. If you did, let me know. Straw goat decorations plans are now known by default for all players. That's an interesting one. Fixed issue where camp pet interaction prompt. Like, who thought of that? They were like, let's make all straw goat decorations available to all players by default as soon as they exit the vault. Why? The straw goat? Okay. Fixed issue where camp pet interaction prompt could sometimes display near the camp when it shouldn't. The bat plushie reward from Mischief Night should now face forward in all displays when placed. Oh, neat. Oh, that's right. You can place it on a display. I went in and I bought the bundle, the season 16 bundle on the Atomic Shop just to get the display chessboard on all characters. So I have it on PlayStation 2 now. I'm so happy. I'll be using that. So that's one of those displays that they're talking about. The Old Glory fireplace is now buildable. Removed noticeable seams with the Haunted Mansion prefab. Fixed an issue which could cause some items to not appear correctly in the new tab of the build menu. That I've experienced a lot and is really frustrating when you buy stuff in the Atomic Shop and there's let's say you bought a bundle of like 4 items and you go to the new tab and you only see one of those new items. That has happened to me a lot since the past update, so it was pretty frustrating. Chems from the Fallout First Aid box can now be used to build camp objects. Oh, good. So like if you're one of those people that has that item from, I think it was a couple of seasons ago, where it looks like drugs, basically, like Buff Out and Stim Packs and Radaway. And it's a buildable camp item just to have on display, just to put on your counter to look like you have some Stim Packs on the counter with some other drugs. So before, you had to go and manually pull these items out individually. If you didn't have them on you, you had to go to your stash box and pull them out individually to have them on you to then build those items at your camp, which was really dumb. I thought it was an oversight. I'm so happy that that's fixed because I was just like, nah, it was such a process that I was just throwing Stim Packs on the chessboard and merging it into stuff. Fixed an issue that prevented objects from being moved vertically while building in precision mode. Fixed an issue with the Morse code poster. Okay. I don't think anyone really paid attention to that, but maybe. But this is the new Morse code, folks, if you use it. Pet collar apparel can now be scrapped. You can probably actually figure out what it says if it's like legit Morse code. Events. Feral ghouls will no longer get stuck on the roof access door during Feed the People. Gameplay. Switching the equipped grenade will no longer reset the heavy gunner perk stack. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that was happening. But apparently you were losing bullet storm stacks by switching your equipped grenade. Well, that's another good fix. Fixed an issue where the cryolator wasn't counting as a valid weapon for challenges requiring automatic weapons. That's good to see. Zetan drones are no longer susceptible to the bleed dot. I guess Zetans don't bleed. Oh yeah, because they're a drone. That makes sense. Uranium extractors in the uranium fever event are no longer susceptible to bleed dot. What? The uranium extractor is a machine. That's funny that it was taking bleed damage. Must have been from the mole miners too, because it's not like we're attacking them. We protect the uranium extractors, so the mole miners must be doing bleed damage. That's crazy. Fixed an issue which could cause mole miners during the event Uranium Fever to appear initially neutral to the player. I've definitely experienced that when you come across the mole miners at the Uranium Fever and they're still green to you, but they're attacking you and they're not red to you. That means you can't target them. You can't target them in VATS. You'd have to like shoot them dead aimed on sights. Addressed an issue where enemy turrets in the pit weren't hostile to the player. Camp Liberty. The glowing Yao guy in this location now correctly counts towards kill a glowing creature challenges. Good. I always use the Morse code poster. You do? One who waits? What do you use it for? Let us know. Tell us how you use it. What's it used for? Fixed an issue where anglers were considered Mirelurks for a few challenges. The satiated legendary mod now correctly states that it works for human characters only. The what? Did I read that correctly? The satiated mod? Am I pronouncing that word correctly? The satiated legendary mod? We don't even have that mod. It's not even part of the new mods. It's not even current. The satiated legendary mod, this has to be a typo. I'm not sure. Can I just search this maybe? Another term for satiated. Okay. He followed up his newspaper, his curiosity satiated. Okay, I think it means, I'm French, so I do apologize if I don't know every English word and how to pronounce them correctly, like some of the grammar police would believe in my comment section. But I think this means just like a general term for if it applies to humans, it will now, if the legendary mod in question applies to humans, it will now correctly state so. That's what I'm taking from this. Fixed an issue that prevented floating markers from appearing on targets marked with a recon scope. Fixed an issue which allows players to add too many players to a raid instance. No more 16-player raids, guys. You're going to have to get good. I'm sorry. We have plenty of solo raid builds and full raid build guides on the channel for you to explore and bring up your skill level. Fixed an issue that prevented players from fast traveling from expedition zones to Appalachia while over encumbered. Chicken Bird with the 5 gifted memberships. GG, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Everyone who received a membership, you now have access to GLASSGANG only content and GLASSGANG members live streams every Thursday for the next 30 days. You'll also see that your name is on the official GLASSGANG roster. You can check that by joining our Discord and checking your name on the official roster. It is updated bi-weekly, and you'll also see your name at the start or end of every upload or live stream on the official GLASSGANG roster. You'll also see that you have access to GLASSGANG and Fallout themed emojis in the chat. GG Chicken Bird, thank you so much. Satiated is well fed, really? But that's still not a legendary mod. Satiated is overeaters. Why didn't they just call it that? Oh, I get it. Okay, so it's like another descriptor name that they have for it. They should have just called it overeaters. There's so many people like me that are going to read that and go, what? They really like to overcomplicate the wording in this. Okay. Fix an issue that prevented floating markers from... I already read that. Okay, where are we at? Fix an issue that prevented players from fast traveling from expedition zones to Appalachia while over-encumbered. Fixed an issue that caused the Assaultrons to spam their head laser attack. I did notice this. They seem to be attacking their head laser attack way more often with like almost no cooldown. Kind of OP. They've turned mad. Mad Assaultron disease. Okay. Let me take some coffee here and drink some coffee and we'll keep going. Alright, so we're at perks. This is where we're at. Ghoul-related perk card restrictions will now be updated in the perks menu upon changing into a ghoul without needing to exit the server. Okay, see that? Why did that take two... Oh my god, I'm so pissed. I'm pissed because I didn't realize it was actually a known issue. This happened to me at least twice with two different characters that I converted to ghoul, and I was like, what is going on? I was trying to play and I was trying to equip the perks, the ghoul perks, and it would not let me equip ghoul perks. And people in the Discord told me the last time it happened to exit the server and try again, and it didn't work. It still didn't work. I exited the server, I tried again, it didn't work. What worked is when I tried the next day at reset, after the servers had reset. That's what fixed it for me, which is massively game breaking. Especially when you pay $15 to switch to a ghoul and you want to play as a ghoul for that day. What do you got to do? Wait until the next day to use the $15 add-on that you paid for your character? It was kind of ridiculous that it lasted this long. I mean, it's been 2 seasons. Drop the ball there, Bethesda. Fixed an issue that caused 0 unused point to appear above full special categories in the perks menu. Owned perks now appear as intended after exiting and re-entering the perk screen. And this might not seem like a big deal, this ghoul-related perk thing, but imagine it's your day off, right? And you get 1 day off a week, and you buy the perk update because you just the ghoul update, and you turn into a ghoul. You pay the money to turn into a ghoul, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to ghoul because it's free your first time. But let's say it's your second time going ghoul, and it's your day off, and you can't use the ghoul perks until the next day. Well, tough luck. You're working the next day. You're not gonna play. You know, it was a waste of money. So yeah, I'm really glad to see that fix. Curator and Good with Salt now display the correct background in the perk card machine. Bullet Shield removed rank 4. That's right. We have 3 rank Bullet Shield now, which is nice. Bullet Storm. Switching the equipped grenade will no longer reset the Heavy Gunner perk stack. They already mentioned that earlier, but they felt the need to mention it again. Yeah, servers are still down. Servers are down. That's right, gang. Don't worry, don't worry. The servers will be back up soon. Do not worry. Don't have a baby on me. Okay? The servers will be back up soon, gang. Don't worry. We will be back to your regular scheduled addiction soon. I believe we're here, miscellaneous. Nuka Shine effects won't display debug effect text now. Capacitor mods will now appear on the Recon version of the weapon, sold at vendors. Fixed an issue that could sometimes cause an infinite loading screen when re-entering the Sanctum during the pit expeditions. Fixed issue where vertical camera movement is sometimes disabled while in photo mode. Fixed an issue where controls could become unresponsive when disconnecting and returning to the main menu. Removed duplicate tricentennial steen from Tinker's Workbench. I really hope, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but when you go into the game currently, if you press A and nothing happens on play, and then you press A again, it'll show the, like the game modes again, once you're already in game. So if you choose to go into adventure mode right now and you press twice on play, once you get into adventure mode, you'll see that the game modes now appear and block your screen. I really hope we see a fix to that this season and not 2 seasons from now. Remove duplicate tricentennial steen from the Tinker's Workbench crafting menu. Players should no longer encounter bright lighting artifacts in the Overseer's home. That was weird. Fixed an issue causing the ghost skeleton outfit to scale incorrectly in some cases. Fixed an issue causing Vera to repeat her greetings to the player unintentionally. Fixed an issue which could cause players to get stuck in an infinite loop when talking to Oberlin. The Rust coat of arms and Mad Scientist suits now correctly count as a costume. Fixed an issue with controllers that would cause players to accidentally activate a ping when tracking a quest via the HUD, the heads-up display. Fixed an issue which caused a superhero landing to occur from lower heights than intended when jumping in power armor, with the marsupial mutation. Fixed an issue which caused debug text to display when viewing the salty title in certain languages in the Atomic Shop. Okay, moving on to fix an issue that would cause the Epsilon squad to spawn incorrectly if the player dies while they are exiting their pods. I really hope this is what I was talking about earlier with the Epsilon squad stage, with how they just spawn. God, I hope it's that. They spawn and they're like friggin' God mode. Screenshots are now color accurate to in-game visuals. Quests. The quest, One of Us, will now correctly start for ghoul characters upon completing the Bunker Buster quest. Fix to quest marker for the nightclub poster at the start of opportunity knocking. Weapons. Fixed an issue where the Vampire Samurai combat knife could not have its custom skins removed once applied. I don't even know what this is. I've never seen it. What the heck? Increase the explosion damage done by the fragmentation grenade. I was just gonna read frag grenade, but I decided to read the whole thing. Explosives, grenades, quantity on the heads-up display is no longer incorrect after closing the raid's reward screen. Whacker Smacker is now Whacker Smacker. Whack. What? I'm confused. Whacker Smacker is now Whacker Smacker. Whack. Oh, there's just an H. They had just misspelled it initially, and they fixed it. That is whack, Bethesda. Addressed an issue where the automatic receiver for the handmade didn't maintain its proportional fire rate difference between the handmade and other rifles. Fixed an issue that caused the shield icon to appear and no damage to be done when bashing with certain weapons: ultrasight Gatling, ultrasight laser, alien disintegrator, Tesla cannon, alien blaster, circuit breaker, cryolator, assaultron head, flamer, Tesla rifle, V63 carbine. I don't think anyone is bashing with these weapons, but that's good to know. Atomic shot paints can now properly be applied to the M79 grenade launcher. Workshops. The Black Bear recliner should now correctly play its sound effect when interacted with. The Manuga Power Plant Yard Public Workshop now displays the correct resources on the paper map tooltip. It's now easier to place workshop objects without getting the cannot place item not visible error. Oh, sweet! We were getting this issue a lot in my pre-existing location, Abraxadine warehouse raider camp build that I did on my live stream. We were getting this a lot because it's inside of a pre-existing bunker that it's built out of. And we were getting this a lot where it would just say cannot place item is not visible, even though it was in full view and nothing was around it. So it was very strange. The Corvega wall poster set should now appear correctly aligned in the workshop menu. UI. We're almost done, gang. We just have 2 more sections. UI. The help menu entry for locking items is now localized in all languages. Newly purchased items from the Atomic Shop will now correctly appear in the new section. The Ghoul Dance emote should now correctly appear in the Mist category for the Atomic Shop. The level 50 character boost will now correctly appear unavailable after it's purchased. Fixed an issue where some player titles were not formatted correctly in localized versions. The message in the confirmation dialog for dropping a Hellstorm missile launcher will be more correct if the corresponding recipe is known. Updated the help messages to state that the environments are dangerous for humans specifically. The Myers environment is dangerous for humans. Equip a gas mask at the first sign of toxic air. Equip a hazmat suit before entering water. Cool. That'll help new players survive. Yeah. We need new players to survive longer so that they play longer and survive the drought between seasons that we get here at Fallout 76. Aw, GG, Emily. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much for this super chat. GG. Yeah, hit like, everyone. If you want to support the channel, it's a free way to support the channel. It helps the stream get out there, basically, to more viewers who may have missed the stream notification. It puts it up higher in the recommended. It would help this stream so much. It would help me. Thank you so much. Okay, so where was I? Updated the help messages to state the environments. We already read that. Updated the name of the glowing jester fashionat mask. Yes, we needed that because they called it the glowing buffoon, and I had done a funny little edit where I took a screenshot of the glowing jester, but it was labeled glowing buffoon, right? And it was labeled incorrectly. So I just deleted the name in the edit and put glowing jester and then posted it on some social medias. And it was really funny. A lot of people liked it. Because how was that overlooked? It's a jester mask. Why did they call it a buffoon? It was so weird. But yeah, so now that's fixed, thank God. People know what you're talking about. Fixed an issue that could cause overlapping buttons to display when renaming or when naming a character in the character customization menu. Ghoul foiled perk cards should no longer display a specials background square that overlaps the animated background upon inspection or when scrolling the perk card catalog. I did notice a weird kind of like visual bug with the Ghoul perk cards sometime where there's lines going through them. I think that's what they're talking about. Fixed incorrect silo code piece display names. Known plans in the player's inventory will now sort to the top of the list. Oh, that's nice. That means you'll be able to just quickly drop them. Added a description for the Yao Gai rug in all localized languages. Sneak heads-up display stays active when legendary fanfare animates. I don't understand what that means. Maybe someone who understands dev lingo better than I do. This is clearly dev lingo. Fanfare animates. Can you speak in like broader terms or less specific terminology, please, devs, next time? Fix an issue that could cause the Pip-Boy to display 0 hit points for a player below 1, but not quite dead. Canned grilled fish should now properly display the buffs gained. The icon showing that a player was hit by cryo effects now correctly displays as a debuff. Improve the way titles interact with map markers on the paper map. Fix an issue which could cause black bars to appear when viewing the public team goal screen from the social menu. Fixed an issue which could cause the item selection highlight to jump to the top of the list when scrapping. Fixed an issue with could cause okay, I think they mean fixed an issue which could cause submenus to appear empty if a player selected the inspect repair option more than once. Perks are now sorted into their own group in the status tab. Explosives, grenades, quantity on the heads-up display is no longer incorrect after closing the raid reward screen. Known issues. Blood and Rust, season items not appearing under new section of the build menu. Oh my god, here we go. They said that they fixed this earlier up in here, but now they're saying this is a known issue with this update. Here we go again. We are aware of an issue that the Blood and Rust camp items are not appearing under the new section of the build menu once claimed. The team is working towards a solution. Can we have a permanent solution? Headhunt target. Cletus Brimstone is doing more damage than expected. Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. We are aware of 2 issues with the headhunt target. Cletus Brimstone. When his fire attack is triggered on his server, players in the forest region will also be affected. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. This is suggesting that people who are nowhere near this guy is getting affected by his attack. Additionally, the additional enemies present are using incorrect weapons, resulting in players taking much more damage than designed. What? Yo, the Blood and Rust raiders are like doing their own thing. They're like arming themselves up with weapons they shouldn't have. That's actually hilarious. We have identified a fix for a future patch. Why not today? Come on, it almost sounds by just these 2 paragraphs alone that this update shouldn't come out today. Am I right? This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Various Unicode characters in the crafting requirements block for Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Russian players. That's very strange. Oh, you know what it is? I think the game just dislikes communists. Players with their language set to Chinese, Japanese, Korean, which would fit the lore, and Russian will notice a string of characters in the requirement box of the various crafting menus in the game. The team is aware of this issue and are working towards a solution. We apologize for the inconvenience and please stay tuned for more information. I say that, but then again, I think Japan might actually be a capitalist nation. I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, stay tuned for more information. Well, hopefully that does get fixed for those players in those countries. Does seem like kind of a bummer that you can't find those items. Missing text from some thermals, holotapes, and other interactables. We have discovered an issue with the text with various lore-related holotapes and terminals across Appalachia and Burning Springs. You may come across some of those items that may not be working as intended while the team is working on a fix. Okay, gang. So what I've done is I linked some other videos in the description below if you want to check those out. I linked how to start bounty hunting early if you want to get caught up on that. I also linked, what is it? All the new legendary mods video, going over descriptions and stuff like that and how they work. So that's all in the description below for you to check out. And later today I will be playing on PC and Xbox for sure. And I'm definitely going to also try to squeeze in PlayStation. And I'll be doing some bounty hunting. So we'll be doing that. I also would like to start working on one of my build guides that I want to do with Lucid. So that'll probably come first. But later tonight, I'll be streaming on all platforms, so check it out. Swing by around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we should be having fun on all platforms. This was an interesting read. Definitely learned a lot about what came with the update. I'd say this update looks like maybe a 7 out of 10 for me. Maybe. This is definitely the weirdest thing here, how there is literally this guy, Cletus Brimstone. We're aware of 2 issues with the headhunter target, Cletus Brimstone. When his fire attack is triggered on a server, players in the forest region are affected. That's not even in the same region. So I guess don't hang out in the forest region at all for the next season, okay? Because they most likely won't fix this until the next, season. They said, we have identified a fix for a future patch. If you have the fix already, why not hot fix it? I don't understand why it has to wait so long. Seems like a pretty serious bug. Like, what if a player's in the forest region and they're getting affected by this and they just decide to stop playing the game because they don't understand what's happening? You know? Really strange. But yeah, we're gonna go, and that'll be it for today, folks. I'm probably going to play some Fallout 4 a little bit until the servers are up on 76. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys later. I'm Miss Glass. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. GG. It looks like the servers are actually up right now, gang. So, well, some people are saying that in the comments, but they're not my regulars, so they might just be trolling. GG, gang.